Hello, it's Doris from All the Books, my hands at least, and my bullet journal, and my books everywhere. So yeah, Stephanie from Time to Read ! Was wanting to understand these little squares. I posted it on Instagram and she's like, what the heck is going on? So I'm going to try to explain that, and it's a little bit involved. So if you're not here for involved bullet journal spreads, skip this one. But let me just jump in. So this is obviously a calendar, the month of October laid out here. And on each day there are 4 little squares. And then at the end of each week there are 2 additional squares. This is color coded, so buckle your seatbelts and let's drive. Yeah. Anyway, so over here I listed all of the books that I wanted to read for Victober. And next to each one, as each week progressed, so this is a weekly forecast. So 1, 2, 3, 4 in a little bit. So 1, 2, 3, 4 in a little bit. You get the picture? So starting out in Victober, I have The Small House at Allington, and I plan to read 2 chapters every day for the entire month. So here we go. Small House at Allington, that was the orange. So all of these orange squares all the way through were my 2 chapters a day of this book. Yes. Then next up is Not Oliver Twist. Oopsie, that was A Tale of Two Cities. This one was an audiobook, and I was just planning on listening to about an hour a day until I finished it. So I did that. That's the green squares. So I read or listened to Oliver Twist the whole month until I finished. Ta-da. And when I did finish, that was somewhere down here in the 3rd week. When I finished it, I started listening to Dark Places for Spookathon, and I finished that one as well on audio. So then next up was a buddy read, Trail of the Serpent. This was a week-long buddy read, so 5 to 6 chapters a day, and that one was pink. So all these pinks, I kept up with that one as well and finished it in about a week. And then Unmentionable was a nonfiction read, 2 chapters a day. Purple, you see my little purple squares, and finishing in a week. Ta-da! So that was the first week, and then we also have these extra squares at the ends of each week. Those were these 2 books. So these 2 I was also planning on reading throughout the entire month, but since they were shorter, they didn't take as much time. So the In a Glass Darkly was blue, and this was 5 short stories. So I planned on reading 1 short story per week, and yeah, I did that. I mean, I didn't quite finish, that's why I didn't color them in. I ended up having to power read this the first couple days of November, but I finished it then. So I didn't give myself the satisfaction of coloring since I didn't finish it in November. And then Oscar Wilde, I was reading 3 plays, and I read 2. I finished the 1st of November, but then I was going to read an essay and some poems, and I didn't get to that, but love me some Oscar. Okay, so then we're on to week 2. So week 2, Trail of the Serpent up here, I had finished in pink, so I'm moving on to pink again with Wuthering Heights. This was a buddy read, and I finished this one. I forget how many pages, I didn't write it down, how many chapters a day, but I finished that in a week. And then my Thunder on the Right buddy read, I finished as well. And that one was Unmentionable. I finished the first week here, and then moved to Thunder on the Right the 2nd week. So, yeah. And then the 3rd week, I started Mary Barton. I didn't own it. I read it on ebook by Elizabeth Gaskell. And again, see, I finished the pink Trail of the Serpent, pink Wuthering Heights, and then the third week pink was Mary Barton. And this is when I started getting behind. So I got behind on Mary Barton. You can see the pink's not colored in here. And I ended up finishing this in November as well. So that's what happened there. And let me go ahead and show you the other pink. So this was the fourth week. So I got behind on Mary Barton and just put it aside, so I didn't color those in. But then the fourth week I started Far From the Madding Crowd in pink as well, and I didn't finish that one until November either. So that's what's going on with the pinks. They're not finished here and here because I got behind on both of those. That's when my health issues ramped up. So anyway, and then we finished the purple was my second audiobook. So then I started Isaac Storm. And that was the 15th. Right here. So yeah. Or maybe it was here. I can't read that very well. But anyway, finished that. And Dark Banquet. Oh, that's why I'm confused. I was looking at Dark Places. Too many dark books. So yeah, what happened was we were looking at the purple. So Unmentionable finished. Thunder on the Right finished. Dark Banquet, which was this dark book, finished. And then Isaac Storm. It was supposed to be Darwin and the Barnacle, but I ended up bailing on that one and reading Isaac Storm instead. So, yeah. Did that make sense? I hope it did. Yeah. Anyway, let me know if you have any questions and I will try to explain it. But let me show you what's going on with November. I was trying the same thing with November. And yeah, again, this is a health issues zone. And they are just now resolving themselves. I still have a few more doctor's appointments, but it's celiac disease. If you didn't watch my most recent Friday reads where I mentioned it. So I'm doing great. Just follow up and, you know, dietitians and things like that. But anyway, so yeah, nonfiction November, it's not a bust, but I'm not anywhere near as productive as Victober was. So I'll just explain it. If you're still here and you want to hear more, I intended to read this Buddy Read, Zora Neale Hurston's biography, and that is this orange peach color here, right? So that is a chapter a day all month long, and this is the one book that you can see where this is today right here. So you can see I'm actually caught up with that one. I can read a chapter a day. And then this dark blue is the Robert Jordan series. So the first week I was just reviewing Crown of Swords, which is the 7th book in the series, and I did that. And then I started The Path of Daggers right here. And I'm supposed to be reading a chapter a day for the rest of the month. And you can see that I am behind because here is where I am in the book. And here is where we are in life. So yeah. But the good news with this one is I can read big chunks at a time because it's fantasy and it's just very fast paced. So hoping to get to this one today and still finish it on target. So there's that. The Victober, I mentioned that I got behind on Victober. So I had to, this first little bit, I had to finish Victober. And I did that. That was great. Machu Picchu is over here somewhere. he didn't happen and probably will not happen. The Evangelicals. Okay, this one I started last year and didn't finish and want to finish this year, and I'm running out of time. I have like, what, a month and a week and a half, something like. So yeah, unfortunately, this one was 3 to 4 chapters a week, and it was supposed to be pink over here in these side boxes for the once a week boxes, and you can see no pink there, which means I haven't read any this month, and chances are it might not happen. Okay, and then moving on to this first full week. So I mentioned The Path of Daggers already, and then Janesville is, where's Janesville? Here's Janesville. Janesville was a buddy read, and that's one I also kept up with. So yay me. Kept up with 2 books this month. It's okay. The Professor and the Madman. I haven't even started that. That's over on the other shelf. The Ursula K. Le Guin was the other one that I intended to read like 1 section a week, and haven't started it either, but it's a short book, so there's still hope for this one. Still hope. Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil didn't happen. This is the week we're on here, so didn't happen. Age of Wonder didn't happen. Now we're on this week. Devil in the White City. Okay, it's happening, guys. I'm back on track. So yeah, this is where we are. We're at this day, and I'm caught up with this one so far. Just started it on Monday. And then Stranger Than You Can Imagine. I haven't pulled that one off the shelf either. I'm debating if I want to try. I was supposed to start it Monday, so I don't know. And then Mary Stewart is next week, and War and Peace probably won't get started next week, but Mary Stewart definitely will. And then I was too excited about all the books, and I was just going to read audiobooks whenever I could, listen to them in my car. And these are the 2 I picked out. They're not tracked on here at all. And I am actually making significant progress with this one, but I'm not tracking it. And then I've been deviating from nonfiction November. I read Melmoth and finished it, yay, and enjoyed it. And then I really want to read Wondersmith. It came in the mail, I think last week. And then Vita Nostra I started. I couldn't wait. So these are books that just aren't being tracked either. I just kind of, since my TBR's jacked up anyway, you know, why not just deviate? So yeah. Anyway, if you're still here, let me know if you have questions. If you do, and I'd be happy to try to answer them. But I hope that made sense, Stephanie. Thanks for asking. And yeah, thanks for watching if you're still here. And I will chat with you soon. Bye.